Alrighty, last part. Boots. Let me know if I forgot anything else, but boots. Just imagine these boots are black. I just found a pair of black boots that I already had. And I just put those on. Now you can take the extra mile and if you want to spray paint the orange or take you some crafting paint that's specifically for plastics and paint on the Bakugou orange strips in parts. You can take some metal ring rivets and you can super glue. I forgot to mention super glue, contacts glue, or if cosplayers y'all have a particular glue that you go by. I know some people say it once again Mod Podge, but I'm a little new at that one. But there's other options that you can glue the rivets on, spray paint them the color you want, and then glue the rivets on the boot. But the boots, you can even get, if you have boots around the house, or you can use rain boots. Cheap, little, inexpensive rain boots that you can get anywhere. And if you want to put in spray paint the orange on it, just make sure you get the correct spray paint. Get you some painter's tape to block off the spots so you don't end up painting spots you don't want to paint. Um, it usually looks like this, but it's blue. I don't have any more, I don't think. But painter's tape. That you can specifically just layer on the boot and spray paint in the orange and other stuff, and then like I said, the metal rivets that you can spray paint and glue on there, or you can even do once again buttons, you know, and spray paint them the color you want, or just spray paint dots on there. That's options that you can do for the boots. So that's kind of winding down on the Bakugou cosplay. Now I'm finna get into the wig. Now the Bakugou wig. I usually get my wigs off of Amazon from Lynn Fairy, or you can just look up any Bakugou wig, or cheap version Mappa Beauty, which have wigs and they just be like $9. Another option is you can dye your hair, or you can get something known as temporary spray hairspray, color hairspray, that will change your hair to a different color, but you can wash it out later. And they even have, I believe, some creams as well like that you can just temporarily blonde your hair for a little bit, or even you can use your natural hair and add some highlights or blonde for the wig. You can do a whole bunch of other options. You don't always necessarily have to have a wig, but you can get it later. But I also wanted to add a couple of spikes in. It was kind of already pretty spiky enough, but I used, hold on, where is it? I used got to be spiking gel. Now this little bitty one was like $2, but they come in different sizes and spray can. If you wanna do spikes and then make this, put your hair out, put the cream on, get a little bitty blow dryer, hold it for a while till it comes out to your desired spike, and you can look up other tutorials on how to make spikes if you want to do that and add flair to your wig. Now, also on the glue part, besides glue gun, super glue, cement, contact cement, there's also one called UHU, all purpose glues. That's also some other option of glues as well. But a lot of people I see them kind of incorporate in a lot of different things. And if you want to make it a little bit more professional on your Bakugo cosplay, you can always use EVP EVP foam in different thicknesses, and you'll have to shape out your different materials. So other cosplayers step on in if you got other options as well, but please be respectful. Let me go on and get to the all right, next part. I don't have any more but contacts. If you are a person that uses contacts, please consider your eye health. I use filters on here on TikTok for my eye colors, or you can find you an editing program and go to your video and change your eye colors, or photos and change your eye color. But especially for contacts, you need to make sure that you check the site to make sure it's also secure. Make sure that they have the correct eye circumference. So you usually know your eye circumference when you go to the eye doctor. They supposed to give you like a form that have all the information about your eye circumference. So you know what you are getting. You can also even get contact lenses with your prescription actually in them, but that is a little bit more pricey. Also another thing, if you are going to get eye contacts, make sure you appropriate for the wait time. Since we having a lot of issues with shipment, possibly timing, make sure you order out in advance. If you do get contacts, soon as you get them in, change them out the fluid. Change them to some new eye cleaner fluid immediately. People say 24 hours. I usually do 2 days just to be on the safe side. For me, for me, don't directly as soon as you get them try to put them in your eye, cause that's not really eye solution. So change that out. Also, if you're a person, they do have tools if you don't want to touch your eyes. But if you don't want to do contacts at all, you do not have to do contacts, period. You do not need them. You don't have to do them all, but please do consider the safety of your eyes. And if there's any more other eye concerns that I did not cover, cosplayers, please fill in, but please be respectful. These is just me showing the Bakugou cosplay and what they have. Now, another thing is this is the neck piece. It just basically sits up there. You probably might could add something to go around your neck to keep it in place. But this is off the Bakugou cosplay, and this pretty much is what's all it is, which is ridiculous. Here is the actual gauntlet. Now, these are the type that has a spot where you can actually feel stuffing in it to puff it up. But they have it made out of cloth like material, and you can take some cloth and measurements to make your own, but this is just a rough patch look with what it comes actually with the cosplay. And like I said, just understand that sometimes some of that stuff don't work on cosplays, especially for MHA or any kind. Sometimes you will run into issues, so be thinking about that. Now, you don't necessarily have to do gauntlets. Like I said, I had them arm things, so you can go that route easier. Now, I also had these, which I got from Amazon, which is made out of fabric that they, made into the gauntlet look fabric with the black strips and then gray and just stuffed with foam. I got these for like $12 off of Amazon, so that's another option. And you can put your hand in there and it's something comfortable, but you can do the other route. So thank you for asking the question on the Bakugou cosplay. If I missed anything, let me know, but that's all I have. And thank you if you made it to the last part of this video. I appreciate y'all. If you have any more cosplay questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.